Good morning out there in their white crystal wind day. This one's hopefully going to be a shorty. I've just spent too much time on table. Yes, it happens. It's just never a quick thing there. I don't know. It really got worked out. Lol. A word of cheap consumerism. Anyway, one gets some neat little things for acupuncture and all that there. They got a lot of options there. So, yeah. Crystal wind. Crystal wind. Oof, yeah, okay, my day started out of focus. I'm taking note. Mastering my usual response of, wanna panic? No. We stay slow. Everything will be all right. Um, yo, focus. We're in the wave spell of the monkey. And didn't I say that the last 3 days are like a weekend? Like, yeah, we don't want to play. We don't want to, not we don't want to play. We don't want to do anything. We just want to play. And today, the day 12, is a great day just to get together and share our experiences, share our life, share breath, breathe the same air, hug a tree, share the air with the tree. Ah, I honestly, I feel like I have nothing to say that I haven't already said a million times, which is hasn't stopped me in the past to repeat myself. Is there anything in particular that wants to be shared today? Love? We've hopefully really connected with the inner child. When we leave this wave spell, we're never too far from it. We're never, the blue monkey shows up here and there, and shows up behind a tree, shows up underneath a dog. It shows up right next to, wait for it, a star. Every time you look at a star, you can see a monkey twinkle next to it. It's easy to remember. We don't have to hold it all the time. Living with the inner child becomes like, for those of us who do it all the time, I don't think we can relate, because I don't think we know what it's like not to. It's like kind of like trying to imagine to live without arms or something. It's like, but arms you can see, you can know, you can see someone can live without them. When you're very in tune with your inner child, I don't think you know what it's, I don't even think you know what that is, because it's so organic and natural. When you're not, you know what it is. You know what it's like not to, unless, no, if you're not and you're not aware, then you don't. But the interesting thing is this journey of transitioning from not knowing to occasionally experiencing to then being fully online. At least that's my experience. and I'm not fully online all the time, but it's more and more and more and more. The inner child in me is more and more and more present, and it's not, oddly, it's not really a childlike presence, even though it's playful. It's not, it's different to what I would think of as a child. It, there is the immature child also. I have that also, of course. The hurt child, the wounded child, the this, the this, the this. There, how many children are there? A whole kindergarten. But the quintessence of them, or that inner child archetype, the divine inner child, yeah, we would portray it as a child with wisdom and maturity, but in a child body. But that's just a portrayal. It's your own core essence energy. It's who you really are. It's in a manifested way. Yeah. Oh, I gotta map this. I don't know if I've spoken about this. I should just hint. I should map that onto the Dorje, the Tibetan Dorje. I spoke about it the other day. You get two versions of it, as far as I know, or maybe more. But you get the two. One is a double tonged. Is that what it's called? It's got two ends, two Dorje, two twos, and then you get one that is like a cross. It's got four. And in an image, the ends each, I'm imagining now the one that has four, and each end has three, it splits open into three thongs, or what it comes out of. We have the equivalent of Neptune's pitchfork, or Thor, the thunder god's pitchfork. It has three forky points. What are they called? And in the Dorje, the points unite. So you see the three arms and unite. And now with the one with the cross, it's exactly what I experience occasionally when I take my earth family in the Tzolk'in. We all have an earth family, and they form a cross across the wheel of 20 seals. So whoever you are, you have your antipod as part of your earth family, straight across, and then you have at a 90-degree angle, halfway around the other two, and they form a cross. And in anyone but the portal family, is the portal family. Is that what they call the crown family, the top? Yeah, the other's the root. There are 5 families. Cardinal, is there cardinal? Root? I could look it up now. I don't know, but the one that is the head, crown chakra, the earth family of sun, serpent, dog, and eagle, who have their kins, their musketeers, as I call them. In the case of dog and sun, they are right next to themselves, and then the antipode on the other side. In the case of eagle and serpent, all the kins are together with the antipode. The 3 kins lining up with the antipode in the middle are the musketeers of the main kin. If you that maps out exactly onto the Dorje. You have the cross, you have the middle line as the main kin, serpent, eagle, dog, sun, and then you have the other 2 kins right next to the lion kin. And that fits perfectly, and when that starts activating, it oscillates. They each vibrate And in this pattern, it's very easy. There's not one that is 2 or 3 further out, which when that happens, I don't know that I can feel that or really imagine that. It's a different, it does something different. I guess, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But here, it matches this pattern, which is very interesting. Anyway, as a little aside, I have no more to share today, I think. I could break up again or share just the. Let's see if there are quotes here. Maybe there's a beautiful quote. Not maybe, there usually is. Yeah, maybe then. White crystal wind. The quote says, although it is a challenge, I change my way of thinking and, not here and now, I dedicate myself and cooperate. What? Although it is a challenge, I change my way of thinking and, not here and now, I dedicate myself and cooperate. Dedicate, universalize, and cooperate. Tone 12 dedicates cooperation of form, synthesizes, universalizes, evolves, and prepares future action. So it's not about the here and now. Tone of, but you don't need to do anything about that. It does that by itself. You know, when you come together and you share, when we come together and we share our experiences, okay, we can just complain or bemoan the past or the present. Or we can say, you experienced that. I'm going to try that too. That looks interesting. That sounds interesting. You've done it that way. Interesting. Oh, you're experiencing this change. I'm going to look out for that. Maybe I'm experiencing too and I haven't noticed it. Maybe I want to change that. So that's a very natural way of preparing future action. As an example, a friend of mine told me the other day, when he speaks with his girlfriend, he can't feel himself. When he speaks with her on the phone, when he phones with her. And I thought to myself, that's an interesting concept. I've never thought about that. I mean, for me, for years, I haven't felt myself anywhere near around people. Obviously, there's like an anchor, and that anchor is always felt, especially by others. But becoming really conscious of my own frequency has been a really arduous journey. I'd call it that. Simply because quite unconscious, it was nothing. If I'm just totally like always whatever else, then I don't notice. And when I'm always myself, I guess I don't notice either. But that in between space, which is like everything except 2 spaces, every other space except 2. I mean, imagine that. It's like different. I don't know. Okay, it was so arduous, and now I've come to a place, I think, where I'm not rigidly needing to hold on to either or. I can just fluidly dance around all of the options and kind of sort of have a little element of myself consciously choosing or unconsciously choosing, but wisely. I think that's the idea. But I thought, that's interesting. Now I'm gonna just watch myself a little bit. Am I feeling myself in conversation? And the thing is that to me, I've really learned feeling myself through this monocast, or call it solo cast. This thing I do here trains me in awareness. Oh, I'm just, the light went on inside of me. A beam, something inside of me just opened up like a flower to the sun in an instant. It's like a dog coming up to me, wagging its tail. Oh, now this energy is leaving, but it's just something, because it's this attention, I wish I could explain it. And I can't. If someone, I think I can't, because if someone would have explained this to me a time ago, it could have even caused for me to feel bad, because I could have even perceived it as a failure on my part not to know what they're talking about. So, but the level of joy and hope that this space holds, I mean, it's like a lifetime of training and or not, or remembering, whatever I want to call it. Yeah, something like that. To be here and to know what I am is a launching pad. Every moment is a launching pad. The I am that I am is everything that is. And to be in that space, to be that knowing, yeah, I am the creator, I am the created, I am the observer, I am the process, is completely logical. And there's no conflict. And but the sensation, the experience, it's like I am this launching pad for new seeds, like new potentials of me, new versions of me. And it's kind of a little bit hairy or subtle, because I can just look out a little bit from here for the programming of the past, or certain programs in the collective that I naturally absorb or have absorbed. If we're not, my understanding is our cellular programming, our DNA activation, our DNA programming, our DNA expression, if it can be adjusted through consciousness, through our free will, if we don't, and wherever we don't actively choose, we have an autopilot, auto programs running. And they have been viable in the past, even if they clash, whatever. I mean, that's the manifest reality, that we see anything that is a genetic expression we can observe is viable in one way or the other. And if it's kind of sort of not, it doesn't last for very long, we can adjust. But in order to adjust, it requires a certain state. No, I don't know, maybe it doesn't, because maybe we're doing it all the time, even if we're doing it unconsciously. I can't really speak about that. But what I do want to say is that wherever we are not consciously changing genetic expression, a preset exists. We've inherited that culturally, genetically from the parents. Even cultural is in the genetics, because our culture determines our choices. It determines our preferences. Cultural and religious preferences are not necessarily organic to you or to me. They are just given early. Like here, when you buy yourself a Windows computer, I don't know if it's still like that. It used to be like that. When you turn it on, maybe you install your software or whatever, and then once it's all set up, it starts running updates for a couple of hours. It's like, okay, so it does automatically. So when we're born, we have some sort of software installed, and then we run some sort of updates. There's no choice about that. And then we run with that. And then ideally we become conscious, and we become self-programming, and we realize, hey, this isn't working as we like it to. This program is inefficient. This program is leading somewhere we will, about whatever, you know. So that's my white wind story here today. Our ability to choose, and the white wind has the antipod, the yellow human. Free will is the furthest away from this. This is spirit speaking. Spirit speaks through the white wind, but cannot. As being a human, it's always, everything is spirit speaking. We don't need to even call in the ego. I think the ego is the spirit's most favorite toy. It's like, let's try to be anything we're not. How far can we take it? I don't know, I'm kidding. So, in order for the spirits, for the white wind to be fully integrated, um, it needs the human as the human. If it were a wolf going through the Tzolk'in, there would be a brown wolf instead of a yellow human or something like that. Maybe a yellow wolf. But uh, this is the human. We're human. So we have a storm in the occult energy, catalyze the catalyst for auto-generation, the auto-generated catalyst. Hmm? And then we have the red earth in the analog, synchronizing, synchronicity, navigating our evolution through the synchronicities of life. I mean, we are constantly, in some, we often think of it as coincidence. It's synchronicity, coincidence, my heart. it's a, coincidence. It's the same thing. Coincident, a coincident. Two things happening at the same time. Two or more things happening. Nout. Happening at the same time. That's all there is to that coincidence. It's not random. It doesn't mean it has to be random. It doesn't mean it's not. It's the trajectory. Everything has a trajectory in some way, and then it coincidence. I'm making the incidents into a verb. Coinciding. It coincides. Yeah, there we go. Tatiana, English, please. It coincides. So it happens at the same time. So I don't know where we're coming from. This is just a coincidence. I don't know where the just comes in. But again, we are free to choose. So we're synchronizing. We're evolving. We're always evolving. And even if we're evolving along lines where we're like, oh my God, this is awful. This is really awful. This is really not going well. And I see people going down the passage of aging where they're like, this is not going well. This is not going well. I don't know. I don't know. To me, it fills me with a sense of panic to imagine the journey. Honestly, I'm not at peace with that at all. At least not for myself. It's like, oh gosh. And I know that this panic activates stuff. So gotta watch out for it. Whew, not good at all. Like really, oh, my body just tenses up in defense. What am I doing? I'm ramping up a defense to an enemy in the future that isn't here, but I'm ramping up the defense to a perceived threat of development. And I can see the trajectory starting in my own body. It's like, no way, Jose, we're not going that way. What are you doing? I talk to my body, I'm like, what are you doing? And my body's like, what do you mean? Hold on, hold on. So I don't know where this goes, but there are certain paths. I'm like, I'm not up for that. But I can't say I'm not going there, because if I say I'm not going there, I'm totally heading there because I'm totally paying attention to there. That's the direction my face is facing. So it's like, that's the direction my feet are gonna walk. Not optional. So I gotta say, hey, I'm going there instead. Where do you want to go instead? The universe asks gently, where do you want to go? And if you're in a situation where you're like, I don't want to be this, all I can do, the universe says, is give you this. You're holding yourself there. I have all the options laid out for you. Cosmic blue night tomorrow. Thank you very much. Your choice is your choice. And it's really good to learn that. Like to every minute detail. It seems tedious, but we have the blue storm, auto-generate, catalyst. It's not tedious. You don't have to choose every time again, but you have to make some pure intent choices. I don't know. I'm not sure. A proof is in the pudding. I have some situations in my own life where it's like, this is going to prove me failing or succeeding. Oh, I'm scared. The pressure is really on, but I'm up for it. It's like, fuck this. I either succeed or I fail. And if I fail, it's all right. Because what did Edison never failed at 999? Of course, that was 999, right? Light bulbs that didn't get to light up. He succeeded 999 times in finding out how it doesn't work. And then, bingo. And he just stayed the course because he was here for that. So for me, there is like, I'm on a mission. And a part of me is like daunted, but a part of me is like, no, it's not daunting because we got to figure this out. That's what we're here for, to figure this out. There's got to be some collateral, and if I'm part of the collateral, well, then so be it, because I'm here as part of a team that's going to figure this out. Or even if we haven't figured this out, because we may know, but we're here to install the software, and it may take a little bit of time, because it does. So it's all right. That's all right. And why is it all right? Because if this is true, it feels good. If this were not true, it wouldn't feel good. If I'm trying to do something that doesn't feel good to me, no matter what that is, then that's not my truth. Then I'm not on my path. And if I'm on my path, if the martyr, for example, martyrdom, I mean, to look at it from the outside, it's like, oh my God, what are you doing? Are you crazy? But to them, it's like, no, I'm not. This may be the most painful path I'll ever have to take, but it's my path. It is my path. And it is true. And that's beautiful. And none of us can ever, ever, ever know or judge the path of another. And if we really want to free ourselves, in the blue storm is the ultimate liberator. All the blue seals are transformers, and transformation is always liberating. Ultimately. Not always, I lie. Some transformation is really painful. But that's why we're on the path of truth. Truth feels, you can feel it. Truth comes with a certain frequency that is in alignment with yourself. And that's all we need to concern ourselves with. Where's my alignment? I see far too many people concerning themselves with other people's alignments and how out of alignment they are. And can we talk about it? And can we just, world politics is all about that. Talk about someone else and what they're doing. Instead of check your own alignment into the, what is this thing in the Bible? As a man believe, according to your faith, is done unto you. Had you but the faith of a mustard seed, that should be the theme for the next wave spell, yellow seed wave spell. Having the faith of a mustard seed. We should take that apart. What the fuck does that mean? I'm going to go talk to a mustard seed. We all go talk to a mustard seed. What is the 12th tone in the yellow seed wave spell? It ends in the cosmic warrior. It's the eagle. It's the crystal eagle. One of my best friends is Crystal Eagle. Ta-da! Shout out to you. The Crystal Eagle, that we come together and bring the visions of the faith of the mustard seed together. We get the faith of the mustard seed. It's all about you, and it's not ego. It's becoming so aligned with yourself. You'll be safe no matter what the crazies out there do. You'll be safe. A friend of mine is going to Israel, and it's like, that seems a crazy move to make. Am I going into the lion's den? And yet, it's the absolute rightest thing for a person to do. There's the call there. And that person is integrating crystal seed this year. Very beautiful. So, there's like, yeah, take your crystal seed, take the faith of the mustard seed, and the person has that. Take that light and take it there. See what it does with you. See what the place needs from you. And it's this alignment with ourselves will guide us, will keep us safe. And the danger is when we look at the life of another and we see that person has not been kept safe. Now we're trying to understand it. Now we're mapping ourselves into that person's life and think, what have we got to do not to be in that unsafe? We can't be. God didn't protect that person. We come up with all kinds of reasons, even if we don't do it consciously. And we feel unsafe, even though we aren't. We can feel very unsafe because we ingest the information of the unsafe being of another human. Our mirror neurons place us in that. We have to be aware of that. I believe we have to be aware of that because it's catastrophic. I believe the consequences of that are catastrophic. It's part of evolution. It's part of what we have to learn. But the consequences on our own health and well-being ought to be noted. And what is the answer, according to my books, is take care of your own alignment. It's not selfish. Put on your own gas mask first before you help another. It's the most logical thing on the planet to do. Putting on your own gas mask means take care of your own alignment. Then you become, then you be, then we all be who we are meant to be. And we are meant to be a part of a collective, but each unique, each with its own gifts and purpose. I am not you. I cannot do what you can do. I cannot be who you are here to be. I cannot take your place. You cannot take mine. Nobody can take your place. You, even if you're all alone, then you hold that frequency. If you're in a big crowd, you hold that frequency. Whatever the case may be, whoever we are, each one is not a mistake. Each one is a divine expression, forming the tapestry of humanity, forming the tapestry of this whole universe, and this universe is a tiny part of a tapestry of something much greater, which in turn is a tiny part of something much greater, and that tiny much greater never ends. Probably forms a loop. But who knows? Because that is, for me, and truly beyond my own limitation of understanding beginnings and ends in ultimate terms. What is before the beginning? There can be beginnings, but not out of nothing. But that's where the quantum field is anyway something else. So, what's the takeaway? Synchronize your own earthly being, your own divine being, your human being, your environment. Synchronize yourself. That's your evolution. Align with yourself. You will be you align with the earth. and then things, auto-generation happens, freedom happens, connection happens, everything becomes and is organic, even if it's not overnight. But that is the journey of evolution. It's the journey of individuation. It's the journey of experiencing who we're not. It's a part of it. I'm experiencing something right now that I really want to say, I am not that. Oh my God, what is that? And I gotta say, well, this has got to be somehow part of my experience of who I am. How would I know if I didn't go through this? And this is a small thing. I've gone through it on a much larger scale, on a non-physical. This is a small thing on the physical, relatively small. And I gotta see what happens with this. Because the trajectory of this is counter desirous for me. So I gotta go into affirming what I desire. All right, done. I must admit that I did not understand this quote that I just read, although it is a challenge. I change my way of thinking, and not here and now, I dedicate myself and cooperate. Well, maybe I do understand it. Who knows? There's another quote here, then we're done. Every ever present now that ever existed is happening in this ever present now. Yes. Oh, we have wave 40. I nearly missed it. I'm sure we're close to wave 41. Enlightenment stabilizes timelessness. This is the Hunabku, the central source. Enlightenment stabilizes timelessness. Heptat 40, precept 40. Ask me not what those mean. I think heptat could be a week. The quote, spiritual self-reliance is spiritual self-reliance is a function of discipline that is a continual spiritual sacrifice of the lower self for the sake of perfection or inner polished flourishing of the divine or inner form embodied in the self. If I didn't know better, I'd say, is somebody sort of German written this sentence? This is like really long. This is like stacked type of sentence. I'm going to read this again. Spiritual self-reliance is a function of discipline that is a continual spiritual sacrifice of the lower self for the sake of perfection or inner polished flourishing of the divine or inner form embodied in the self. Great. Digest that. Shall we do the tune? Oh, wow. Yeah, oh, beautiful. Oh, there's a drawing of the high priestess here. That's the archetype of white wind, the high priestess. I'm going to read you this poem here, or this collection of words for the high priestess. I am the high priestess, coded by the white wind. I enter your universe through the second light gate. My number is 2, my challenge, the challenge of the wind, as it turns in every direction, harnessing the power of the word. Let your tongue speak only what is glorious, is my challenge to you, for I am the lady of the winds, keeper of the mind, tunnels opened through crystal song. I repeat that one. Keeper of the mind tunnels opened through crystal song. From my crown my hair emerges as the top knot of the infinite. I am the holder of the spirit of prophecy. I harness the energy of breath, filling the body with vitality. The jewel on my forehead is the indestructible wisdom that illuminates my every thought. Sent by divine decree, my command is always directed to your spirit essence alone. Listen for me always when the wind arises from nowhere. I am not playing the tune. I'm feeling it's time to release this. It is enough. No, I will play the tune. Let it tune you. Just listen to it. Aho.